Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Nissan Micra car. The purchase of a car like the Nissan Micra K11 can be financed from savings or pocket money. Although the car holds its price well despite its age, it is one of the better choices on the market in the group of the cheapest models. It rewards with high reliability and very low operating costs. The car was offered in 3 and 5-door versions, although in some markets it was also sold as a station wagon or a sedan. The interior is simply cramped and basically suitable for 2 short people. The boot has a capacity of 206 liters, so it is also modest. If you intend to carry someone in the back, you will notice that early models did not have headrests on the rear seats. The chassis design is classic, McPherson struts in front and a torsion beam in the rear. The car often lacks ABS or power steering. The latter is not a problem, because very small wheels are installed. The brakes in the front are ventilated, while in the rear we have durable drums. Cyanobacteria. The Micra used small petrol and diesel engines with a capacity of up to 1.5 liters. The petrol versions are quite modern designs with a 16-valve head and multi-point fuel injection. The base 1.0 achieves 54 to 55 HP or 60 HP after facelift. The larger 1.3 can already be considered dynamic, because 75 HP gives a very favorable power-to-weight ratio, because the car weighs less than 800 kg. After the facelift, this unit was replaced with a new 1.4 engine generating 82 hydrogen phosphide, which is only more dynamic in theory. There is only one diesel, a naturally aspirated 1.5-liter engine. It has a power of 58 HP and is the slowest of all. On the other hand, the Micra with this unit can use an average of 4 to 5 L of diesel per 100 kilometers. Most customers chose the cheap and good, as well as economical version 1.0 powered by petrol. The petrol engines could be equipped with an optional CVT automatic gearbox. The diesel worked only with a manual. Which engine to choose? Today, the price of the car is no longer affected by what engine is working under the hood of the Micra. Let's agree that a good diesel engine is not very good for a city car, although if someone values economical use, they can try it. We recommend petrol engines. A liter engine, depending on its age, can be a simpler or slightly more complicated design. After the facelift, it has a different exhaust gas cleaning system, a second lambda probe and platinum spark plugs. Thanks to 4 cylinders, the engine generates a good 80 Nm and works quite cultured. On average, it needs about 6 L of petrol per 100 kilometers. Better dynamics are demonstrated by larger engines. In reality, this is one engine that received a larger capacity after modernization and, like 1.0, a new exhaust gas cleaning system. Interestingly, although the manufacturer states the capacity as 1.4 L after the facelift, in reality it is still 1.3, 1348 cm3. The difference is only 73 cc, so it slightly affects dynamics. However, the new engine has a torque curve optimized for flexibility, the maximum value of which is 108 Nm instead of 103 Nm. Today it is the optimal engine for the Micra. First of all, it is newer and less prone to failures due to the simpler design of the ignition system. All petrol engines have a chain drive, which is not durable. Users in the 90s thought that it was like in Mercedes and that there was no need to worry about it. That's why some engines work as if they were going out. Meanwhile, it is usually the fault of a stretched chain, which on average has to be replaced like a belt, every 100,000 kilometers. Along with it, the entire accessory drive. After disassembling the engine, it turns out that the drive is provided by 2 chains. One connects the shafts to the intermediate gear, while the other drives the intermediate gear from the crankshaft. There are also 2 tensioners that must be replaced, and they are usually the ones that cause problems. If possible, it is worth checking whether the chains have actually stretched or if they were simply not properly tensioned. If you are replacing a complete set, order a genuine set from one manufacturer together with the drive wheels. As for the durability of the chain itself, The main reason for its rapid stretching is city driving, the natural environment of this car. If you want to extend the life of this element, it is worth keeping the revs in the medium range and rarely using the lowest ones. Of course, at the expense of fuel. Also remember to change the oil, which is responsible for the correct operation of the tensioners. In older engines, the ignition system may require intervention. Old coils refuse to cooperate. It is also worth looking into the apparatus and replacing the finger with the cap. The set also includes spark plugs. Choosing an engine is, in our opinion, a simple matter. Today, with similar prices for diesel and petrol, buying a diesel can probably only be recommended to lovers of clattering under the hood. We prefer petrol engines. Which ones? It doesn't matter. The newer the better. What's broken? The Nissan Micra's body, like other Japanese cars of that period, is not very well protected against corrosion, but models after 2000 are doing quite well. The body is not very stiff, so it can sometimes creak. The same goes for the interior, which was improved in terms of materials and assembly quality only after the facelift. You often hear about problems with Nissan gearboxes. Manuals cope well, but CVT automatics are notoriously difficult. Generally, it is a good design and durable, but only if the user uses it correctly. What does this mean? The CVT automatic does not like to be pushed hard to the floor and prefers a smooth ride. So the CVT version is risky, but it is not bad in itself. The repair can be more expensive than the car, so it is worth considering buying a used transmission in case of failure. The suspension is not very troublesome, and its main advantage is the low repair costs. The microscopic front brake discs are fragile. They can easily overheat and warp. The front wishbones most often speak on the pivots. They can be replaced, so we will not expose ourselves to high costs. Buying a Nissan Micra K11 designed from the ground up in accordance with Japanese thought is practically risk-free. It's a solid and cheap-to-run car, in which many of you learn to drive with L on the roof. It's a good choice for a first car or one that needs to be used for short commutes. Lacking comfort and space, it probably won't work as a family vehicle, but it's a great alternative to unsafe Korean cars or worn-out European designs. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.
I have good news for you. Now, if you are planning to buy a used car, or learn more about your car, you no longer need to search for the information you need on the internet. We have collected everything in one place for you, on the website carme.pro. Here you can find out everything about the car, what breaks and at what mileage, any problems with engines, chassis or gearboxes, which trim levels are better not to mess with, and how not to lose money buying a used car. You will learn all this on carme.pro.